Niners fans, it's about that time. Almost 9:45 on a Friday. How's everyone doing out there today? Faithful Niner Empire. What's good? You know who it is. It's your boy, Jay in the Bay. And of course, Jay in the Bay always keeps it faithful to the Bay. Hopefully, everyone is having a great day out there on a Friday morning. Hopefully, everyone will have a great, productive, safe, relaxing weekend coming up. Hopefully, everyone has had a good work week so far. I just wanted to chop it up with the faithful, with the Niner Empire. As we wrap up day 2 of training camp. And shout out to everyone watching on Jay and the Bay Facebook page. Shout out to everyone watching on the Spotlight Sports Network YouTube channel. And of course, everyone watching the good old Jay and the Bay YouTube channel. Shout out to everyone there. And I will be having I should say, I will be on 49er Minded YouTube channel tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific time. I left a link in the description of this stream where you guys can check out 49er Minded. Of course, he talks about the 49ers. I'm geeked up. I'm on pins and needles, faithful. I can't wait to be on his channel tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific time. And that's 49er Minded. The link is in the description. Check out his channel. And I will see you guys there tonight at 5 p.m. But this show is nothing. Y'all know it. This show is nothing without the best fans in the NFL, the faithful, the Niner Empire. So let's say what's up to the people in the chat. Let's see who's first. All righty. So we got Luke Luna. What's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Luke. Hopefully you're doing good on a Friday morning, getting ready for the weekend. Luke says, hey, brother, good morning. Manuel Martinez, what's good? I like your avatar, man. Rodney Lott, 49er legend. He says, what's good with you? I'm doing pretty good on a Friday morning. Thanks for tuning in to the stream. I think this is the first time I've seen you on in the stream. I appreciate everyone coming through. And everyone, I appreciate if you hit that thumbs up button on the stream. Let YouTube let me know that you're enjoying the stream so far. And I appreciate y'all coming through. Amin, the dream, what's good? He says, good morning, Jay. How you doing, Amin? What does everyone have planned for the weekend? If you don't mind sharing, let a brother know. Y'all know it in them comments. Let me know what y'all got going on for the weekend. It should be a hot weekend where I'm at in Northern California. So what you guys got planned for the weekend? Let me know in the comments section. Baker, man, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Baker, man. He says, hey, Jay in the Bay, can I have a shout out? Absolutely. What's good, Baker, man? Thanks for coming through to the stream, man. Appreciate you coming through. Let's see. Sean Mack, what's good? He says, what's up, bud? How you doing, Sean? How you doing on this Friday morning? T.O., what's good? How you doing, man? He says, Jay in the Bay, what's good? Hopefully you're doing good on this Friday morning, T.O. Hopefully you have a fun and relaxing weekend, man. Let's see. 49er Faithful, what's good? Thanks for coming through to the stream. He says, what's good, Jay? I'm so confused but happy at the same time that my Lakers got Russell Westbrook, but now we just need some shooters for the team to be set. Yeah, and, you know, Russell Westbrook, I think he'll be good with the Lakers. He'll definitely take some pressure off LeBron because he doesn't really need – Russell Westbrook doesn't need anyone else to score. He can, you know, get shots on his own. He can score on his own. So I think it's a good move for the Lakers. But like you said, yeah, they will need some shooters as well. Let's see. Baker Man says, what's good? Let's see. Manuel Martinez says, yes, it is, but I'll be around from now on. Yeah, I appreciate you coming through, man. You know, we obviously here, I'm talking about the Niner Empire. So, yeah, I think you enjoy the content, man. Let's see. Shay Martinez, what's good? He says, what's up, Jay in the Bay? Niners all day. That's right. Let's see. Waruna, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Waruna. He says, at work, you should do a call-in show sometime, maybe an evening time. Talk to you later. Yeah, man, that is something that will probably happen more than likely as the channel continues to grow. Obviously, I love to interact with all the people in the chat, but as the channel continues to grow, I won't be able to read every single comment. So yeah, that is something that may be in the works, having a call-in show. Maybe during the regular season. I guess we'll see what comes to fruition. Sean Mack says, "I'm cooling, bro. I'm on my second coffee." That's funny. Baker Man says, Niners looking good this year. Yeah, exactly. As long as we stay healthy, man, we'll be good. Sean Mack says, no plans for the weekend. I'm a homebody. Just need to call a female. LOL, and I'm good. I feel you. 49er Fable says, do you think we need to add any more players to make the 49ers better? I don't think the Niners will make any significant upgrades to the team. I think that time period is gone. For instance, as we get into the 49ers latest news, cornerback Dre Kirkpatrick will work out today. Kirkpatrick, he is a veteran player. And I think if the 49ers bring in any other players, it'll be just for depth purposes. I don't think the 49ers will be adding any starter caliber players, at this time in the training camp. I don't think so. I think the 49ers are content. I think the 49ers are content at a lot of positions on the roster, wide receiver, offensive line, linebacker, quarterback. I don't think we'll be adding any other talent unless there's an injury. If there's an injury, I could see us bringing in players that can be depth players and possibly make the roster. But I don't think we'll be bringing in any Xavier Howards, even though that would be nice, right? That would be nice if the Niners could pull off a trade for a corner in his prime, Xavier Howard. That would be nice, but he's making $15 million this year. He wants to make even more than that. He wants to be basically a top 1 or 2 paid corner in the NFL. And I don't think we would bring on the heavy hitters like that. I think if we bring on players, it'll be just for like depth players. And but I appreciate the comment, 49er faithful. And there's some other news that came out about Nick Bosa. So Nick Bosa, he is participating in training camp. Right now, he's only doing individual drills, and he's not participating in like the team 11 on 11 when there's offense versus defense. Nick Bosa is not participating in those drills yet, but at least he's on the field. He's looking good, and he's participating in the individual workouts. And I mentioned Nick Bosa because he's aiming for a return to full activity by week 1 of the regular season. So I would be surprised if we see Nick Bosa in preseason, and hopefully Nick Bosa is on a snap count. Hopefully we slowly, as the weeks of the season go on, we slowly add to his snaps. So like, for instance, the first week against Detroit, maybe play him 15, 20 snaps, I think that would be sufficient, and then slowly ramp up. Same with D Ford. I think the 49ers will take the same approach with D Ford, slowly bring him along. And I would imagine at that defensive end position, Armstead's going to get a lot of snaps there. Arden Key, and of course, Samson Ibukum, the edge rusher we got from the LA Rams. So that's what I would imagine. Let's see. Luke Luna says, tattooing and meeting with my nonprofit club members and kicking back, trying to stay out of trouble. Also, I'm sure I'll be conversing with you as well. Okay, so this is Luke Luna's plans for the weekend. Hey, man, hopefully you have a good weekend. And yeah, I plan on having a stream. Of course, tonight I'll be on 49er Minded YouTube channel tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific time. And then also I'll most likely do a stream either on Saturday or Sunday night, maybe Sunday night, just to do like a recap of week 1 of training camp or something like that. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you on, Luke. Manuel Martinez says, "Hey, I'm hyped about this year. We're going to smash foods this year. The league is in trouble." I agree. Especially, Shanahan wants to run the ball. We have solidified the offensive line. We've gotten better. We also added talent to the running back room. And yeah, I think teams will have a hard time, going against us, especially in the running game. Tommy says, first I got to say, what's good? What's good, Tommy? He says, Niners win week 4. Book that ish. I can see that. I think there'll be a lot of wins on this schedule. That's for sure. And week 4? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Let me go to week 4 real quick. I haven't memorized the schedule yet. Let's see. I know week 3 is the Packers. Let's see, week 4. Let's see, week 4 is against, the Seattle Seahawks. Woo-wee, that's going to be a great game, man. Seattle has to come to Levi's. That's going to be an excellent game. And yeah, Tommy, yeah, that's part of the game, baby. That's the ebb and flow of YouTube, man. I mean, it goes up, it goes down. Can't really call it, man. Let's see. Sean Mack says he's a Dolphins fan, but always loves to talk football. I appreciate you coming through to the stream, man. Yeah, Sean, all fans are always welcome to the Jay in the Bay stream, whether you are, a fan of the Niners, or if you're a fan in the NFC West, the Cardinals, Seahawks, or Rams, or if you're just a general fan in the NFL. Since you're a Dolphins fan, man, what do you think about Xavier Howard? What are your thoughts on that? He's got 2 years left on his contract, no more guaranteed money left. Do you think the Dolphins should extend him, or do you think they'll trade him? Let me know in them comments. Let's see. Tommy Huxley says Seahawks revenge game. Yeah. Because we I think we split. Did we split with the Seahawks last year, or did we lose both? I think we split with the Seahawks last year. Damian Lee, what's good? Damian Lee says Carson Wentz is injured. What? No way. I didn't hear about that, Damian Lee. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it says Carson Wentz not practicing Friday due to foot injury. Wow. Well, hopefully it's nothing too serious, and hopefully he'll be, healthy and ready to go, later on in the season. David Yang, what's good? Appreciate you coming through, D. He says Big Trent says he feels this team is different from last year. Now, that's a good feeling. I think this team is better than last year, especially with the upgrades in the offensive line, the running back room, and we were returning our secondary from last year. I think our secondary should be better. We added talent, the rookies at the cornerback position. We also added more veterans in Tavon Wilson and Tony Jefferson. So I think this team will be better than last year. And part of the reason why I wanted to come on with you guys today is talk about the good and bad from day 2 of the 49ers training camp. And let's talk about the good first. Let's start off on the good note. And first, let's go with Sean Mack. Sean Mack says, I want to keep him, but if the right trade package is offered, they may part ways. Yeah. I totally understand that. Hopefully you guys don't trade him to the NFC West, or the Cardinals, I should say. Che Martinez says Xavier Howard could be a good addition to the secondary. I definitely agree. Only thing is, can we afford to give him, an upgrade at his current salary? Can we afford to do that? And then also, do the 49ers want to give up the draft capital necessary to acquire him? I don't know if the Niners want to do that. But let's start off with the good from day 2 of the training camp. Faithful. So the good offensive tackle, Mike McGlinchey. Now, this is an interesting year for Mike McGlinchey. It's a contract year. He needs to ball out if he wants to get that lucrative contract extension next season. I would be surprised if it's with the Niners, but you never know. The salary cap is going up next year. Jimmy G's contract most likely will be off the books next year. But Mike McGlinchey, I've been told that he's having a terrific training camp. It says yesterday he won on all his reps during one-on-one pass rush drills. So that's a good thing. And Mike McGlinchey, he has gained weight. He's put on a little bit of weight, put on some muscle, and I think that'll definitely help in pass rushing situations. Now, he won those one-on-one pass rushing battles, but it was against Arden Key and Alex Barrett. So not necessarily starter caliber edge rushers, but it says McGlinchey outclassed him the way he should, and eventually he'll face some of the starters, and we'll see how he does. And I've heard in training camp so far that the offense has looked better than the defense, but that could be because, D Ford isn't playing on 11-on-11 team drills. Nick Bosa isn't playing on 11-on-11 team drills. So that could be a reason why the offense kind of has the upper hand right now. Offensive tackle Jalen Moore, the rookie, it says that he's taken Sean Coleman's place as the backup left tackle and is performing well. Yesterday during one-on-ones, Moore beat Samson Bukum, who tried a spin move and got nowhere. Moore looks promising for a rookie. So that's good to know. That's good to hear, because maybe Moore could play that right tackle position next year if McGlinchey leaves in free agency. So that could be an option. Defensive tackle Kentavious Street says that had the rep of the day during one-on-ones when he exploded off the snap and knocked veteran center Alex Mack on his keister. Street is one hell of an athlete who has made steady improvements as a pass rusher since the 49ers drafted him. And the person who wrote this article says that he's a better player right now than Javon Kinlaw. So that's interesting perspective. And unfortunately for Kinlaw, that won't be the first time where we hear that a defensive tackle is performing better than Kinlaw. But it's kind of unfair. Kinlaw was in his second year. He had no normal rookie. He had no normal rookie offseason when he was drafted due to COVID. And also he's dealing with swelling in his knee right now, so he's not participating in training camp. 4, defensive tackle DJ Jones. Go DJ. That's my DJ. Go DJ. Says DJ Jones bullied rookie guard Aaron Banks all morning. Jones is just way stronger than Banks, who struggled big time on Thursday. And Jones is another player right now, the writer says, who's better than Kinlaw. So, DJ Jones, he should have an upper hand against Aaron Banks. DJ Jones is a veteran in this league. Let's see. Steven, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Steven. He's a Tennessee Titans fan. He says that can't believe Carson Wentz is out indefinitely. Really? Out indefinitely? Well, I didn't hear that. I just heard that he was out a practice Friday. But hopefully he has a speedy recovery. Hopefully he's ready for, at least preseason or at least the regular season. And Sean Mack says, Steven, he can never stay on the field in regards to Carson Wentz. Yeah, hopefully he recovers well and he'll be ready for the regular season week 1. I don't wish injuries, and I'm sure you guys don't, on anyone. Defensive tackle Kevin Givens, he says, beat both Mack and Lincoln Tomlinson during one-on-ones in day 2 of training camp. And Givens is yet another defensive tackle on the 49ers who's better right now than Kinlaw. That's what the writer says. And Kinlaw, unfortunately, he's missed both days of training camp with a knee injury. And, the book is still out on Kinlaw. Hopefully Kinlaw can get healthy. And that's all we can really hope for at this point. And hopefully Kinlaw will be in there sooner than later. J.R. Meadows, what's good? I like that avatar. That's a nice Niner hat. I like that Niner mask, man. He says 15-2 Super Bowl run coming. All right, man. You are very optimistic, and I respect that. And right now I'm just going over day 2 training camp observations of the 49ers. And thanks for tuning in to the stream, man. It's the first time I've seen you on here. Luke Luna says, I was stoked to see Wentz play with the Colts. I thought he was going to have a bounce back here, and he still could. Hopefully it's just a early setback. But when you have a setback, sometimes you're in ripe for a comeback. So hopefully Carson Wentz, for the Colts fans and the franchise sake, that he has a comeback, and this is just, a minor setback. Cornerback Jason Verrett broke up 2 passes from Jimmy G. After practice, we learned that Verrett has not gotten the vaccine for COVID-19, which is his choice. But that could be a reason that Verrett could miss time in the future. And we really can't afford to miss Jason Verrett, to miss any time. That's real talk. We can't really afford for Jason Verrett to miss time. He is the best corner on the team by far, but it's good to hear that Jason Verrett is looking good in practice, in training camp. K'Wan Williams, the best nickel corner in the NFL. Looks like K'Wan ran stride for stride with George Kittle, who was running a deep crossing route, and broke up the pass. The entire defense erupted when Williams made that play. Kittle has caught just 2 passes in camp so far. Interesting. And I'm not sure if everyone knew this, but Marcel Harris, the former safety, he's been playing linebacker in training camp so far. So basically, he played linebacker with the 3rd string defense and broke up a pass in the flat intended for Elijah Mitchell, which is good. But, you know, Harris has changed positions, and he's currently working with the 3rd stringers. That's not where you want to be in training camp, working with the 3rd stringers. So hopefully he can, you know, get up to 2nd string or possibly 1st string. We'll see. Probably more than likely 2nd string best at this point. Let's continue on with these comments. JR Meadows says DMV Niners game bang. Let's dominate games all season long. I'm definitely down for that. Tommy Huxley says he saw Kinlaw on the field yesterday. Yes, he's on the field, but he's not really participating at the level that we expect Kinlaw to due to the swelling in his knee. So we'll see what happens today. I'm not sure the status of Javon Kinlaw today. Training camp right now is 10 a.m. Training camp should be starting right now. So I guess we'll see if he is active today. DC Vlogs LSU, what's good? Thanks for tuning in to the stream. Let's see. Sean Mack says, as a Miami fan, Tua has plenty of weapons, so poor play should not happen. Yeah, I think the Dolphins should be pretty good this year. They have weapons, as you mentioned, all over the field. So their offense at least should be exciting this year. And Sean Mack, he's calling it. Miami takes the division and Buffalo lays an egg. Wow. That's interesting because Buffalo seems like they are the better team, but that's why they play the game, Sean. All right. So continuing on with the good from day 2 of 49ers training camp, quarterback Josh Rosen. Wow. Looks like he's playing well in training camp so far. Says he threw the best pass of the morning, a 20-yard completion to Deebo Samuel, who ran a deep out route. Rosen threw the ball with anticipation, velocity, and accuracy. He can still throw a football with the best of them. So that's good to hear that Josh Rosen is playing well. But hopefully we won't see too much of Josh Rosen once the regular season is upon us, because we expect Jimmy G to take, 99% of the snaps if he's healthy. That's what I'm expecting at least. Now, of course, there was the good from training camp, and we got to get to the bad from day 2 of training camp. So guard Aaron Banks, the 2nd round draft pick we traded down to get. Guard Aaron Banks says he got worked by everyone he faced during one-on-ones. Lost to Kentavious Street, DJ Jones, and Eric Armstead. Now, Banks is a rookie. It's going to take time for him to develop. And those are 3 potential starters on the 49ers defensive line. Well, Eric Armstead is definitely going to start, and DJ Jones is going to start. Kentavious Street, he'll get some time in, most likely on the 2nd unit in a depth role. But it says each time Banks got walked backward into the quarterback's lap. He doesn't look ready to start yet. Daniel Brunskill is better than him right now. And that's not surprising to me, because Daniel Brunskill is a veteran on that 49ers offensive line. Brunskill has played multiple positions on the offensive line. He knows Shanahan's system. I think he definitely has an advantage over Banks, because Banks is a rookie. And I think Brunskill has an advantage, but who knows who'll get the start come week 1. Cornerback Ambry Thomas. Looks like it says he gave up back-to-back explosive catches during 11-on-11s. First, Ambry Thomas gave up a 25-yard catch to the Ayuk Show, who was running a deep crossing route. Thomas couldn't keep up. Then on the next play, Thomas gave up a 20-yard catch over the middle to Travis Benjamin, who ran a dig route. After the second catch, the 49ers defensive backs coach walked onto the field to show Thomas what he was doing wrong. And these are growing pains for the rookie Ambry Thomas. And we expect him to get better. Let's see. Sean Mack says, because the Jets and Pats ain't doing nothing. Probably not. Let's see. Vincent Johnston, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, V. He says, what's really worth more? A third, maybe second round pick, or saving 24 million in cap that can be rolled into next free agency. So it sounds like you want to get rid of Jimmy G. That's my quarterback. So Vincent, sounds like you want Trey Lance to start week 1. Is that correct? Who do you want to start week 1? Let me know. Y'all know it in them comments. And it looks like Tommy says he was never a fan of Tua Tagovailoa, but Miami is a dark horse to make the playoffs. All right. Continuing with the bad from day 2 of training camp. Let's see. Wide receiver Mohamed Sanu. This is interesting because we've been hearing great things from Mohamed Sanu, but it looks like this observer feels differently about Mohamed Sanu. Says ran a deep crossing route against backup cornerback Dante Johnson, but created zero separation, and Johnson broke up the pass. The hype surrounding Sanu is out of control. He's still Mohamed Sanu, and this writer feels that he's not an impact player. Interesting. Wide receiver Travis Benjamin dropped a perfectly thrown pass downfield from Rosen. Benjamin jumps to catch passes and often tries to trap the ball against his chest. This technique leads to drops. Interesting. Offensive tackle Alfredo Gutierrez, the big man from Mexico. Good athlete, inexperienced football player. Today he faced Alex Barrett during one-on-ones, and Barrett beat him easily with a spin move to the inside. Gutierrez never even raised his arms to block him. He's still learning how to play offensive tackle and has a chance to make the practice squad if he improves. Yeah. I want to see how Gutierrez develops. I mean, he's young, he's inexperienced, obviously at the NFL level. It's going to take some time, but it'll be exciting to see if he made the practice squad. That's for sure. Defensive end, Nick Bosa. So Bosa is participating in individual drills. He's not participating in 11-on-11s, but this writer brought up that Bosa has not gotten the COVID vaccine yet, which means he's at a higher risk to miss time during the season. It's definitely not good for the Niners who need Bosa. And the writer feels like Bosa will not budge on this issue. But, that's his decision. Each his own. Also wanted to mention for those that are in the chat that didn't hear earlier, I will be on the 49er Minded YouTube channel. Link will be in the description of this video. We'll be having a collab, 5 p.m. Pacific time. You can see that collab on 49er Minded YouTube channel. Go check him out if you haven't seen his content before. Let's see. Tommy Huxley commented on the Bills are good on offense, no running game or defense. Vincent Johnson says, I want the team to go into free agency with 50+ million cap to pay players like Jason Verrett, McGlinchey, extend Debo, and bring in more talent. So trade week 1. That's an interesting perspective, and I respect it. But, extending Jason Verrett, I don't know. How old is Jason Verrett? Let's see. And he doesn't have a great history with staying healthy. I don't know if that's wise for the 49ers to extend Jason Verrett. He is 30 years old. I mean, how many more prime years do you think Jason Verrett will have? I'm not sure about that. I don't know if I would extend Jason Verrett. McGlinchey, I definitely would not extend. Under no circumstance am I extending Mike McGlinchey. We've already backed up the Brinks truck for the big silverback Trent Williams. I don't want to pay another tackle top 5 money because that's what McGlinchey is going to want to get. He's going to ball out this year. He put on the weight. This is a contract year for McGlinchey. Players love to play well in contract years. Just ask Eric Armstead. Players ball out in their contract year. They try to get that generational wealth. So yeah, I don't know if I would extend. I would not extend Jason Verrett, not extend McGlinchey. Debo. I mean, Debo got a lot to prove, Vinny. I mean, Debo, he had an excellent rookie year. Last year, he couldn't stay healthy. So, I think Debo still has, this is his 3rd season, so he still got 2 more years on his contract. I mean, but yeah, I agree. We do need to bring in more talent. But for me, I would stick with Jimmy G. I'm concerned about this season. I'm not really concerned about the next year. My main concern is, this year. But I appreciate your thoughts, Vincent. I do. Luke says Miami is building a beast team in this moment, and they are also building up first-round picks, and they are about to build up more with Howard. Okay. Yeah, I heard that Howard, maybe the Dolphins would accept a second and a fifth round pick. That's what I heard. I don't know how true that is. I'm sure they would try to get a first round pick, but we'll see. I hear multiple teams are interested. It's like Tommy says, hell no to Verrett after this season. Yeah. I don't know, man. That's like playing with fire. If he has back-to-back healthy season, that's great. But I don't know if you want to test that past 30. And he's had a lot of years where, let's face it, he's missed more games than he's played. So I don't think we break the bank for Verrett. And let's face it, if Verrett plays like he did last year, like at a Pro Bowl level, I think there could be a few teams that offer him a 2, maybe 3-year contract extension. But I don't think the Niners would be one of them. I agree with Tommy. I don't think we go after Verrett next year, or we try to re-sign him next year. Luke Luna, in regards to Vincent Johnson, he says, you must be into heartache or something, LOL. I'm here to tell you, so you quit holding hopes. Listen to the coach. Jimmy will start and have his best year. Yeah, I think so too. I think Jimmy will start. He'll have his best season. Jimmy's starting NFL quarterback career is on the line. He's got no choice but to ball out. If he has another injury-filled season, I don't think he'll be a starter in this league again. I don't think a team will trade for Jimmy this offseason, say, hey, we want you to be our starter if he has an injury-riddled season. I think the Niners would try to get whatever they can from Jimmy in the offseason. If they can't, they would just outright cut him. And I think Jimmy will be brought on as a backup to another team. I think Jimmy's a veteran. He's played the position. He knows the position. He can help out a young quarterback. But if Jimmy doesn't have a successful season this year, I think he'll just be a backup, honestly. That's what I think. Let's see. Tommy Huxley says bye-bye to Mosley, too, unless he balls out this season. Yeah, I mean, we signed Mosley to a 2-year deal this offseason, but obviously, he can be let go after the year with a minimal cap hit. But there's a reason why Mosley was just signed to a 2-year deal. I mean, he's shown promise. He's a solid cornerback. He's not great yet. And there's a reason the 49ers drafted 2 corners in this draft. We'll probably draft more corners in next year's draft because there's a possibility that Verrett won't be here next year. And K'Wan Williams. We'll see what happens with K'Wan Williams. Coach Dante, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Coach Dante. How you doing on this Friday? Tommy Huxley said, Jay and the Bay sing, lay it on the line. Vincent Johnson says, well, talking about injury risk, Jimmy is an ankle injury away from letting $24 million set on IR. So yeah, that's an interesting question. Now, if Jimmy G starts week 1 and if he gets hurt, that would be money sitting on this year's cap, right? But I feel like that money has already been used. Now, if the Niners would have cut or traded Jimmy February or March of this year, then I'd be like, okay, we use that money to, to get more players, to get more talent. But it's clear that Jimmy G has value to this team, according to Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. He's clearly a player that's valuable to the 49ers' success. Kyle Shanahan has not had a winning season without Jimmy G. And yeah, you could say it's injuries, whatever, but the facts are this team went to the Super Bowl with Jimmy G in as quarterback, and we'll see what happens this year. But I agree with you, Vincent, that if the 49ers would have decided to part ways with Jimmy at the beginning of this year, I would understand that. And then you say, okay, we'll get a placeholder, like a veteran starting quarterback to start, and then you bring Trey in. So if you did that, like let's say you got Tyrod Taylor or Andy Dalton or Mitchell Trubisky, something like that. If you would have did that at the beginning of the year, yeah, I could understand that. But there's a reason why Jimmy is still on this roster, a month away from the start of the regular season. And I think there's a reason. The 49ers, Kyle Shanahan, feel that Jimmy still has value to this team. That's why he's still on this team. Now, a good question I would love to ask John Lynch is, did he ask Jimmy G to restructure his contract? That's what I would want to know. Have you asked Jimmy G to restructure his contract in the offseason? That would be interesting. I'm not sure if they haven't done it. I'm not sure why they haven't. But that would be interesting. That would be something I would want to ask them. Corey Davis, what's good? KD says, happy Friday to you all. And I hope you all have a wonderful Friday. And always remember, the right way is always the Niners way. Go Niners. And you have a good weekend, KD. Coach Dante says he's good. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good for Friday. That's right. That's like Tommy Huxley says, ripping off Niners cutback, LOL. I don't know who came up with it first, but I've heard both people say it, Tommy. Luke Luna says, it's funny how some fan can't see the benefits from Jimmy playing to wins, to trades, the draft, development. It's just crazy. I think I respect their opinion, but I think people are just tired of Jimmy G. They want to see the young gun, the young bull, Trey Lance in there, and I respect that. But so here's the reason why I think Jimmy has value to the team, because the Niners didn't cut him. The Niners did not cut or trade him. I believe in Shanahan. I believe in the system. And if Shanahan says that Jimmy G still has value to this team, then he does. When you think about it, there's really no reason for the Niners to keep Jimmy on the team if it wasn't because they didn't see value in him. Why? Because the Niners only guaranteed money of Jimmy G's contract for the next 2 years. It's just $2 million. He's owed about 56 million, but the only guaranteed money is $2 million. So if they cut Jimmy tomorrow, yeah, they only owe him $2 million. So it's not about the money. It's because they still value Jimmy G. And if Shanahan and Lynch value Jimmy G, then I value Jimmy G as well. And we'll see what happens when the regular season starts. But yeah, I think for now, Jimmy G is a starter. And as Kyle Shanahan said, Shanahan said that there's no QB competition. Tommy Huxley says, Lance says he's learning a lot from Jimmy G. Is that a lie, or is everyone stupid? I mean, how could Trey not learn from Jimmy? Jimmy learned from TB12. I mean, how could he not learn from Jimmy? But, hey, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Swan Song. Let's see. Swan Song. What's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Swan Song. How you doing on this Friday? Yeah, Swan Song says, yeah, I'm surprised no reporter has asked Lynch that. Yeah, I think they would be right to ask Jimmy G that, right? I know the 1 year took us he instrumental in getting us to the Super Bowl, but he's missed more games than he's played, and the Niners could have saved more money on the cap if they would have asked Jimmy, hey, can you restructure? Hey, can you take a pay cut? I'm not sure why. So clearly the organization must think really high of Jimmy, right? I mean, if they didn't think that high of Jimmy, they would have either asked him to take a pay cut or he wouldn't be on the team no more. So Swanson says, I think it might be too edgy. What do you mean by that? Elaborate more in them comments. Luke Luna says, till Jimmy gets injured, that's not you think the Chiefs are saying Mahomes is an injury away from $500 million sitting on the bench? No, they pay him to play and win. Yeah. I mean, the money, it matters, but it's already spent because he's still on the team. You know what I mean? Like, the money's already spent. He's already on the team. And if the Niners did not value a player, they would be cut. It's just that simple. I hear people who say, oh, well, any quarterback could have been on that Super Bowl team. Well, if Shanahan really believed that, Jimmy wouldn't be on the team. They would have gotten, Ryan Fitzmagic, Andy Dalton, Tyrod Taylor. They would have got any average quarterback in here, but there's a reason why Jimmy G is still on that roster. Swan Song says, Carson Wentz hurt. Perhaps we have a trade partner with the Colts. You're talking about that ain't gonna happen. I mean, and who knows what the injury status is with Carson Wentz. I heard it's a foot injury. We don't know how long, but we'll see. Tommy Huxley says, good point by Luke. Let's see. Swan Song says Justin Fields had a rough day. So glad Trey has 2 for 2 in camp so far. Yeah, I mean, rookies are going to have rough days. It is a transition from the college to the NFL, and those are just growing pains. Like in anyone working a new job in normal life, you're going to have growing pains because you're not comfortable exactly with what you're doing, and it's something new, it's something different. Swan Song says they have until week 1 to make a decision. Okay. Jerry Ma, what's good? He says we all wish that Jimmy plays well. Yeah, I mean, not everyone, but I think most people, if Jimmy plays well, the Niners win games. I think we can agree with that. Jimmy plays well, the Niners win games. Swan Song says if he's on the team, then his next hurdle is the trade deadline. I would be surprised if he gets traded by the deadline, because if he's playing well, why would you trade him? Like right now during the season, I don't think we trade him in the season and then put Trey in. I don't agree with that. But if Shanahan does that, then Shanahan does that, and I'll support it. But if he's playing bad, if Jimmy G's playing bad, what team would want to trade for him? That's another thing. Swanson says, I think Trey is learning from Jimmy, no doubt. I agree. Tommy Huxley says Lance is also learning what not to do. No, that's true. Manuel Martinez says, but he is just never available. This is his 4th year and has only played 1 full season. Doesn't help us when he's in rehab. I agree to a certain extent, but there's a reason why he's still on the roster. There's a reason why he still has value to the team. Swanson, bringing up contract negotiations is something like the New York press would do. It's rough. I think the 49er reporters are nicer, especially because Jimmy G is so liked. Yeah, but that's a legit question. But maybe it's not, because the 49ers still value Jimmy G. If they didn't, he wouldn't be on the team. Luke Luna, Tommy, there's a whole lot of stupid out there. We all know that. Corey Davis says Trey Lance, he's learning a lot from Jimmy G. Trey Lance said it in his presser. That's right. Trey Lance did say that. I think Trey Lance will learn a lot from Jimmy G. I appreciate everyone coming through to the stream today on a Friday morning. I just wanted to hop in real quick, talk about day 2, the good and the bad. Also talk about a little bit of the 49ers latest news. I will be on 49er Minded YouTube channel tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific time. The link is in the description of the video. I appreciate everyone leaving a thumbs up for the stream, letting YouTube and me know that you guys enjoy the stream. Luke Luna says, it's crazy to me. They're actually 49er fans that want Jimmy to not play well. Yeah, I mean, they want Trey in there at all costs, no matter what. But shout out to Luke. Shout out to Corey Davis, Tommy Huxley, Swan Song, Luke, Jerry Ma, Coach Dante, Vincent. Let's see, Sean Mack, DC Vlogs LSU, JR Meadows, Steven, Shay, Damian Lee, Manuel Martinez, 49er Faithful, Baker Man, Waruna. I appreciate everyone coming through to the stream. Niner Faithful, Tio, Amin, The Dream. I appreciate everyone coming through to the stream. Hopefully you guys have a good weekend. Most likely I'll probably be streaming again, I would say either Saturday or Sunday night for sure. Swan Song says, from what I'm seeing from camp reporters, not just Grant, that Trey is having a better camp than Jimmy. From what I've read, I wouldn't come to that conclusion from what I've read. Now, does Trey look more exciting? Does he look more agile? Probably, but with Trey, and I've heard that he hasn't really scrambled. He hasn't really needed to scramble. He's tried to stay in the pocket, which is something that's good, because I think you're going to win more games when you're in the pocket than not. But I wouldn't come away with that conclusion. But the reporters can think that, but it all depends what Shanahan thinks. Luke Luna says, look, if any of the stuff people say about Jimmy is true, then guess what? It will stay true, and Trey will start. Manuel Martinez says, have a good weekend, bro. Happy to be a part of the channel. Yeah, man. Appreciate you coming through. I appreciate you subscribing to your boy, Jay in the Bay. Swanson says, sure, it's just 2 days, but that's a good sign for Trey. And I want to see Trey in 11 on 11s. And I believe Jimmy has looked better in 11 on 11s, but he should, right? Jimmy should. He's a veteran. He should look better in 11 on 11s. Jerry Ma says, bye, Jay. Keep it up. Absolutely. David Yang says, if you if you listen to Cone, you're going to report Jimmy's bad. Yeah, I mean, because, Grant, he wants Trey Lance to start at all costs. And he's pushing that narrative, but that's his opinion. But it's all about what Kyle Shanahan thinks. It's all about what he thinks, who's playing better. And we'll all be able to see in the preseason games. And I'll leave you guys with that. You guys have a great Friday, great weekend. And thanks for tuning in to your boy, Jay in the Bay. See you guys in the next one real soon.